So in week 2 of the NFL season, we saw 2 of the league's best young talents behind center go at it when Caleb Williams and the Bears played CJ Stroud and the Texans. Now, neither quarterback lit it up offensively, but some felt after the game is where the fireworks really took place. In the aftermath of the Texans' 19-13 victory, Stroud and Williams met for the post-game handshake, which is standard, and Stroud tried to give Caleb some game about taking hits, but Caleb did not look like he wanted to hear any of it. Personally, I'm never mad at a rivalry, but Samaria, was CJ Stroud doing too much, or was Caleb being a bit of a know-it-all?
I don't think that CJ Stroud was doing too much, right? This is a guy who accomplished a lot in Houston in his rookie season. They got a team down there with the Texans.
Squad.
So if I'm Caleb Williams coming into this matchup, particularly, I kind of want to know what CJ's going to say. Now, maybe do I want to know it right then? Maybe he could have been like, you know what, dude, like, call me tomorrow, and then we can chop it up for real. But I do feel like Caleb should be more open to what some of these quarterbacks have to say, especially a guy like CJ Stroud, who kind of defied the odds last year. And CJ said that he wasn't trying to like little bro him or whatever. But I do know that Caleb has had 2 bad games, and he snapped like this 14-year skid where number 1 draft picks didn't win their debuts. Really, honestly, the defense won that game for them last week against the Titans, but he didn't have the best game against Houston. And so I feel like he was kind of emotional about that, but I think that he should be more welcoming for people who want to go out their way and kind of give them some tips on the game, especially a guy like CJ Stroud.
So it's tough, right? Because on the one hand, I just took a L. I'm still trying to find my footing in this league. I came in highly touted. Many people call me a generational talent. So now I'm struggling with my desire to perform versus what my actual performance is. And so in that moment, it would be really challenging for anybody to be receptive and receive a word of encouragement from a competitor, especially when that competitor, I don't even know if CJ Stroud is older than Caleb Williams. I'd have to check that.
I think they're the same age, maybe.
Yeah, so it did kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe they've done quarterback camps before, and it's just like, dude, like I've outthrown you everywhere we've ever been together. Like, respect, but I feel like you're putting on in front of these cameras. I could understand a scenario where Caleb felt like CJ was putting on because they were so swarmed with cameras and media, and so it's a tough situation. I hope Caleb gets better, but we'll see. Because something about him in general, I told you this before, something about him is a little bit off-putting.
Caleb.
Something about
is
Caleb
it the
Williams.
Nails?
No, it ain't the nails. I don't care about that. Okay. It's him. That's crazy. Nah. Do your thing. It's funny because the cat from the Sixers, I think his name is Caleb too, and he also paints his nails. That got drafted this year from Duke. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. There's something about Caleb Williams that I feel like people do not like, and so I think this may lead and lean into the idea that there's something about Caleb that's just a little bit off. Yeah,
before we go, I do want to say that there's not a lot of black quarterbacks in the league, obviously.
No, there is this year. I think like 14 black quarterbacks started this year, which is crazy.
Yes, but historically it's not. So I do feel like they have more of a brotherhood with each other. That's what it seems like to me. And so I think that maybe Caleb shouldn't come into it thinking that CJ has like this ulterior motive, because he could just be really like, dude, like, I'm trying to help you because I've gone through it. But anyway, you all let us know in the comments what you think about this Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud situation.